become a successful tattoo artist.
Yeah. Do you consider yourself a successful tattoo artist?
At this point, I definitely would. Yeah. About a year ago, or maybe 2 years ago, I felt weird about even saying that. So it's
Yeah.
funny. It just depends on your definition of success.
Yeah. So what do you think that is for yourself? Like, what would you call a successful tattoo artist?
To me, it was always just being able to make a full-time income off of it. And that was it.
Yeah, I consider it that too. Like if you build a big enough clientele and you able not to have to work and you can still pull in at least double what you was making at your job, right?
Double?
Yeah, at least double because you remember we got to invest into the business.
Oh yeah, see, that's the thing I don't think about is like looking at it as a business because you're used to a job where like you just get your check and that's your income versus when you're a tattoo artist, you get paid, but then you have to take into account taxes. You got to take into account your needles. You got to take into account like other expenses too. So it's not just about getting paid like that. What you get paid isn't your actual net. And so I had to learn that the hard way though.
Definitely. So how do you become a tattoo artist? For yourself, how did you become one?
How did I become one?
Yeah.
So basically, it was I actually didn't want to become one when I started. People used to always tell me I could be a tattoo artist, and I just told them like, no, that's not happening. Like that's not what I envisioned for myself. I always wanted to be a content creator. But eventually, what happened was I had just got off from work that day, and then someone I knew called me because he was in a tattoo shop, and I was like, okay, what's that got to do with me? And then he said to me, he was like, the owner was looking for artists. I showed him your drawings. They're really interested. And I was like, okay, cool. I had a quick conversation with the owner, and then I hung up the phone, and I was like, man, I ain't finna go over there. But then I had that gut feeling like something told me like, you need to get down there. So I did, and long story short, I wasn't at that shop that long, but that was like the beginning steps, at least to introduce me to it, because honestly, the whole first year, I wasn't taking it serious at all.
Yeah, so I think one of those steps of becoming a tattoo artist is going to tattoo shops, understanding tattoos. If you can't get into tattoo shops, at least like research tattoos, look at videos, watch tattoo artists, pull all your receipts. So Q literally took the big step of going into a tattoo shop. You know what I'm saying? That's a big step. A lot of people are afraid. They say, hey, I'm going to go get that new car. Hey, I'm going to go start this new job. But they never step into the building. So you was a beast on doing that alone, right?
Yeah, I guess you could say so. Sometimes you just got to do it or show your face. I actually made a video about that, and I was saying one of the better ways to become a tattoo artist is just to actually go to the shop, because nowadays I get a lot of DMs asking if there's spots available in the shop, but they never show up, and they don't understand the difference between the impact you leave if you actually showed up and really showed how interested you are, how serious you were. Because it's the same thing with jobs. Like there's a lot of jobs that I applied for. I didn't hear anything back. So I showed up to the place and told them I applied. And I ended up getting the job because I did that. And that made all the difference. So that's what told me something about like the difference between actually showing up and just putting in the application on the internet.
Definitely, I believe that. So how did you learn how to draw?
So I could always draw. Mama always forced me to draw and make sure I kept doing it.
Shout out to Mom.
Shout out to moms for that. But yeah, I could always draw. I just had a natural talent for it. I mean, of course, you don't all start out like drawing like what I do now, but like she saw I had a natural aptitude for it, and so she made me continue to focus on it and cultivate my skills. So now I can draw, I'd say, pretty well.
So for them people that's looking to start tattooing and don't know how to draw, do they need to know how to draw?
No, you don't have to. Honestly, tattooing is more so tracing than drawing, and it depends on the style you're trying to do. So I feel like if you're not trying to do like crazy realism, you don't have to learn how to draw, though it would help. But actually, we just found out one of my favorite artists,
Oliver.
Yeah, Oliver. He didn't know how to draw.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And he's crazy. He's a real good tattoo artist, so that's crazy. So it shows that anybody can do it. You don't have to know how to draw, but it will definitely help to learn, though, eventually.
Definitely. And I think when you start tattooing, when you're tracing, you low-key learning how to draw. Mm-hmm. It's like creating muscle memory or something. So y'all heard that? You ain't got to know how to draw to start tattooing. Just start. When you start, I think you'll build the passion. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't only about money either. So how did you practice on getting better as a tattoo artist? I know a lot of artists don't like to practice. They don't want to hear that one.
Yeah, it's all about putting in the time. Most of my practice like a good amount of it was on myself. Like some of the bigger learning parts of me tattooing was tattooing on myself. Now I don't recommend that to everybody.
I was finna say,
that.
whoa.
Well, that's just because I trusted myself enough to do decent work on myself. So
what's a way they can do it now that's better than when you
now
were doing
that I
it?
wish I would have known about was practice skin.
Practice skin. What's that?
And this silicone plastic skin that you can use to deposit ink into it. It's just like a fake skin. So instead of using oranges and bananas and pig skin like they used to, you can literally go on Amazon and buy a pack. I have a video on this. You can buy a pack of silicone skin to practice your tattoos on. You don't even have to jack.
That sounds like a lot of money though.
No, you can get a pack. The ones that I reviewed were cheap. That's why I reviewed them, because some of the better ones are expensive, but I reviewed the cheaper pack of 10 for like $8, $9.
$8. So you ain't even got to mess up your skin forever. You could just spend $8 and get to it.
$8 and get to the grind.
And then you got a link or something down below for that too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll put a link in there for y'all, for those who want to look at that. I'll also put a link to the video too, so y'all can check out the ones you like, because all skins are different, but the 3 I reviewed are all good for different reasons, and I think you at least want one of those if you're trying to learn.
That's lit. And then also, I know you got a course or something too, right?
Yeah. So I started putting the course together about a year ago. Now I just added an additional level of content to it. So now I got about 5 hours of content on the course. It's really more so about those who are trying to follow my footsteps, who want to achieve a sort of level of realism, because that was always my goal. So really it's about coaching them how I shade like I do, and how to create soft, realistic shading. So it's about 5 hours of content, and I got it comes in a PDF form, so I got a couple of other things, some stencils they can follow. I walk them through the steps in my technique, let them see me do an entire portrait, whole video, and then I have another one telling them how to shade facial features such as eyes, nose, lips. That one they'll probably find the most valuable.
So that's more for like if people found this podcast more advanced, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little bit more advanced. Like you've already been tattooing, you got the basics down, and you want to step into realism. That's basically what the course is for.
That's definitely lit. And I tell y'all, like, now start pulling your receipts. Like, check your YouTube, watch all the tattoo videos, find your favorite tattoo artist. But remember, start off small. You can't jump into realism like Q. He been drawing since he was little, so he kind of had that skill honed in, you know. But if y'all just start off small. A lot of people that me and you be meeting, what they want to go big, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, straight to it. Wait, speaking of small, you just started your course too on Patreon.
Oh yeah. I just started my Patreon. I ain't want to shout that out on your podcast.
Hey, they need to know, because I know a lot of people. I did a poll. A lot of people. I think it was like 51% just started tattooing. So most of my audience isn't even ready for my course, I think, or at least need to get the basics down before they're ready for my course.
Oh, okay.
So I think that would be a good opportunity for them to check in with you.
Yeah, I definitely started a Patreon, all small tattoos. I'm teaching y'all from the machine to the voltage to hand speed. Y'all need to learn all y'all terminology of tattooing. If you want to be a pro, go learn your terminology. Look up videos. They free on YouTube. So I ain't here to sell you anything. You know, me and Q both got TikToks dropping free game, got YouTube dropping free game, but I know a lot of people need their handheld, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. If you can get a mentor, you can get there quicker, you know. But also, you could just practice. If you don't have the money, practice. My Patreon is $100 a month, you know, and I'm going to be teaching you everything you need to know, but it ain't about the $100. It's about how much time you're going to put in a day. You told me a story about, like, how you was walking. Like, how many miles you feel you was walking, like, to that place?
So I was walking at the time I was staying with my brother. And so I was walking at the shop that I had just started working at. I was walking 6 miles every day. Well, 6 miles there. So 12 miles total a day to and from to the shop.
So how long is that? How long did that take you?
That walk, that's about an hour and 30-minute walk.
Hour and 30 minutes just walking there. So he spent 3 hours a day walking to the shop and back. That's you call sacrifice. That's you call dedication. So he could have been spending them 3 hours at home practicing, but he went into the location where he's seen people doing it. And that's all you got to do sometimes. Get around the people who putting the information out and doing what you want to do. Because there's a lot of tattoo artists that's teaching it, right? But they don't have a car. They don't have a shop. They don't have – because it's great tattoo artists, but they're not using social media. So they're not even making an income. So a successful artist to me, like me and Q said earlier, is making that income where you don't have to work and you can home in on the skills. And sometimes you could just use it as a side hustle. A lot of people don't believe in that. So use it as a side hustle, but first just use it as a skill. Get better at it. Y'all go to school for what, 4 or 5 years to for education. So this the same thing. This is a career. So take your time and get better at it. So did you get apprenticeship?
Um,
Do you consider that? Did they really walk you through?
No, they didn't. They showed me how to put together a coil, and that was pretty much it. The rest, they just threw me in the frying pan.
So you started off with coil?
Yeah, the first machine I touched was a coil, but I only used it like twice. I learned early. I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah, I used a coil about 5-6 years. It's cool, but y'all got it good now with the rotaries. You don't even need a coil. You know what I'm saying? Even though it moves quicker and everything, take your time. It's a process. So after that, give us a little timeline. What happened next for you? Like, let's go down that timeline. What happened next, like big in your career where you start homing in?
From the point of walking to the shop?
Yeah, like what happened? Like, did you meet anybody that changed your tattoo career?
You?
I mean, before me, like, because you was kind of dope when I met you already. I was like, oh, this is your work?
Yeah, well, I think it was just
being around the atmosphere.
It's kind of weird. I know a lot of artists kind of like the idea of like that lone wolf stuff, like being in their own space and just focusing, because that's what we're used to as artists, right? We go in our little room, close ourselves off from the world for a couple hours, and we just draw and we go crazy on our passion, but not realizing that it'd be a lot faster if we had other people around. So for me, it was more so just it was the same thing tattooing. It's like I was like trained young, that like drawing, sitting there for 6 hours, working on something, and that being my only point of focus. I feel like that's just how I am. So that just like, and the internet. So there was a lot of artists that I looked up to on the internet, like David Vega. He's one of my favorites. We got, there's a couple, I forget I know their Instagram names, I don't know their real names. But yeah, there's a lot of people I saw killing it on Instagram, and so that was like a real source of motivation for me.
Shout out to you too, Mike. We see you in here commenting. Shout out to you. Keep practicing, keep putting that work in. Yeah, and you just want to get around people who keep you motivated. You know, just one person. So when starting a tattoo shop or even being a tattoo artist, to be a successful artist, you just want to get around people that's a little more successful than you. So they say you want to be around people that's doing the same thing you're doing. So if you learn and be around a couple people that's learning, so you can all hold each other accountable, then you're going to get around somebody that's doing 10 times better than you, where they can be giving you little tips. And now y'all got the internet. All y'all got to do is just go look up the videos. That's how y'all found this video here. Just go watch all our videos. Q answers the same question every day, literally. So all you guys got to do is just go check out his videos. Check out the links in his description. He giving away free stencils, everything. It's your job to do the work. But we learned, like, if they don't pay attention. So that's kind of crazy.
Definitely, yeah.
Man, like, the stuff out here free, he literally lining it up for y'all. You got like 200,000 views on a shading video. You know what I'm saying? So go check out that video. He breaking down everything y'all need to know. All you got to do is go practice those techniques. It's like the tattoo gym. You can't just wake up, he give you those techniques, and tomorrow you be great. Keep practicing them. Get better every day. So,
yeah, just like the gym. Like he's saying, like, see us as personal trainers. You got to work out, but we're just giving you the workout regimen. We're telling you what you need to eat, what workouts you need to do every day. It's leg day. It's this day. So we're the trainers, and then you got to do the work, though.
I got somebody asking a question. So, Adam, I definitely think, will people have to work? I think so. I don't think tattoo artists will have to work, because I think they're gonna come for the bigger jobs. Q think they're gonna come for tattoo artists though, right? AI.
To an extent, like not the way we think. I think in a way it'll definitely have an effect on us. But I said that was coming eventually, but in the longer run, maybe not 5 years. I think maybe in the 10-year long run, they'd have like tattoo machines by then that would be like openly accepted by the public. That would create competition, but not like in the immediate future. In the next 5 years, not really, not for tattoos. But I was just saying that like on a broad spectrum, because I made a video about it, saying like how there's levels to what's being taken over by AI. And so that ours is a very unique kind
and
of
people
area.
Want to come to a person and talk to you and get to know you. So long as you learn your clients and get to know them, they're going to never go sit to a computer or anything like that or some type of technology. We got a long way to go. And Toke, maybe in the future, this Q First Live really doing a podcast, but I think in the future we'll be like checking out people's pages and doing a live critique. But we're not here to like embarrass you guys. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do it where we're giving constructive criticism. I learned a lot of artists. I've been tattooing 13 years. A lot of artists don't like constructive criticism no matter what. So when you're giving them constructive criticism, they really take it personal. They really think like you talking down on their work. No, we here to help you guys get better. That's all we trying to do is help you guys get better. What do you think about that, Q?
Yeah.
You'll be doing live interviews in the future?
Yeah. That might be cool.
We live right now. Somebody trying to get in the door. Not today. Yeah.
But it's be like that. I'm an artist and unsensitive about my ish, right? That's the same.
Definitely. And then we got another question here, Q, for you. He said, I got into it almost a year ago and kept practicing on fake skin. Being a new father, now he find himself closed off in his office, endless nights. That's a big sacrifice. Definitely you with you being a dad. Now you got a why. You want to have more free time for that child. So I say put that practice in now. By the time your baby 5 years old, you will be a professional. You'll be able to help others. You'll be doing what me and Q doing. And also on that Patreon and everything like that, it's $100 a month. We're going to be doing it where y'all can come shadow us. Normally me and Q charge about $2,500 to come shadow us. You'll be able to shadow us for $100. Just come in, you know. We want to do it in group settings, though, at least 5 people, where we sit down with y'all an hour or two and just help y'all out. That's just something that me and Q never had when we started, so that's something we said we wanted to do in the future. You know what I'm saying? I think like around March or something we had set that up. He say artists have huge egos. He learned that humbling himself helps. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. You like to understand.
I like that, Mike. Good game.
Yeah. To fix a problem, you first have to acknowledge that it is a problem. And so if you got the ego is blocking you from the areas and where you need to improve, that like I feel like that stops like 80 to 90% of artists that have issues that won't improve, not just because of ignorance, but because they literally will like deny the obvious problems with their work. So ego is like you got to kill that thing, man, if you want to grow as fast as possible.
Definitely. I feel like just being humble, you relate to people more. I feel like back in the day, the artists felt important, but you guys and clients, the clients that's going to be coming to you, you got to look at them like investors in your business. Would you talk to an investor? Even if they spending $100, they're going to recommend 5 to 6 friends. That's $700. If you treat each client right, they're going to recommend you. But if you act like a, you know what, a-hole, they're not going to recommend you, and you're going to lose a lot of clientele like that. They're going to be like, oh, nice work. Oh, no, don't go to him. He was rude or he didn't get back to me. And sometimes tattoo art is busy, but that is no excuse for not humbling yourself and really respecting your clients. So I appreciate all my clients. I know Q do too. But we kind of rare in the industry. And I'm not going to lie, we African-American artists. So we only 7% in this community. So we look at it different. We wasn't able to get in this community. We had to self-teach ourselves, you know what I'm saying? And now that's why we here to do and be here to guide you guys in a different way. So that's definitely a dope point on being a successful tattoo artist. So what about like getting licensed or anything like that? What you think about that?
Well, I know it's different for every state because like in California, you got to get registered with the county. So it just depends on what state you're in. At least for AZ, it's the Wild Wild West.
Yeah, so. AZ wide open, y'all. I'm from Chicago. I had to we got to get licensed. And you got to get your shop license, and then you get your bloodborne pathogens. All y'all should go get that, though, because you're going to be dealing with blood and everything. So that's only like $20, $30 online. It's a tattoo artist, bloodborne pathogens. And that's where you learn about everything you're dealing with, because we are dealing with blood. So, you know, blood carries everything. So you want to make sure that you're learning that before you even start. It's only $20. Invest that in yourself. Have that on the wall and hold yourself accountable. That's something that you could really do. What you want to close it out with them on, Q? What y'all think about podcasts too? Do y'all think Q should be doing this? Do y'all think he should be going live doing podcasts? I forced him today. I think it's lit though. And you got some good interaction.
It's cool. I like it. I think it just opens up like a new realm for tattoo artists because there's no conversation. There's no like community with tattoo artists. Definitely not that. When you ever been in a tattoo artist group message? You ever heard of that?
Nope,
I
never.
haven't. So I feel like this opens up a table for people to really.
I feel like it's a community for the top artists, but for like the people trying to get in, it's definitely gatekeeping. But we ain't gatekeeping. The gate open over here. You feel me? Long as you're ready to invest in yourself or even watch videos, that means you're on the right step to get to the next level. So what you'll close it out with, like getting the community, getting your comments, getting his what else you got over there, like your community posts and everything? Yeah,
so I do have, if you don't want to get involved in the course, I do have a membership based part of my community where I offer additional levels of critique and also just building the community. So it'd be like around people who are really trying to take this stuff serious.
So that's dope, Toke. You heard him. I like that. So Toke, remember you was asking like, will we go live and give you a critique? Like if you get over there into his community or whatever, I think you should do that for like your community members, where we can get them live critiques and really help them out. And hopefully the people who watch those videos can also get some learning from that. It's cheap. How much you charge?
So for that one, I call that the mentorship level 2. So I think that's $30 a month. I have that at, and then you can always do where the $7 a month one, where you get access to some of my course stuff there. So there'll be additional forms of content that you won't get as a regular viewer. And so I think that's a good opportunity, because I would definitely pay that. That's like a Netflix subscription on investing in yourself. So definitely worth it.
What's up, HR? Yeah, LA in the building. Yeah, I'm from Chicago. Q from Cali too. Cali half, Arizona half Cali. So
I
shout
can't
out
even
to
count
LA.
Cali no more. But
Yeah, so we appreciate y'all watching. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Tell Q to keep doing stuff like this. I see y'all really interacting with my boy. Shout out to Q for getting on here too. Make sure y'all go follow his page and all his platforms. He got a lot of free info. Y'all just got to pay attention. It's okay to ask questions. We here to help you guys. So we out.